Hi, everyone. Hi, Lauren. My name is Serena.
My name is Lauren.
And we decided to start this little project because we are two women that are really deep into personal development and spiritual work. And we have found that dating can be really challenging when you get conscious and when you start to really love yourself deeply.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's really key, is that it's about that raising of consciousness and the challenges that actually something you are doing because you can really see the benefits and the improvements, how much that brings up for you when you're really trying to change unconscious and outdated behaviors in a world that is still really, really trying to get those to continue on. So after many conversations on balconies, well, on our balcony, we decided to set up this podcast and project Salsa Verde, as we aptly named it for some reason one night. I don't know if that name will stick, but for the time being,
That's what it is.
That's what it is. Wow. So shall we start? Shall we jump into something that we feel is kind of relevant for a first episode, I guess? An entry point into this?
Yes.
Yeah. What do you feel that is? A background, like the story around dating, or some of the resistance that's been coming up, or is there anything that springs to mind?
So, very tiny little bit of context, I guess. Dun, dun, dun.
What's she gonna say?
So me personally, I've been exploring open relating and polyamory for the last 4 years of my life. So that's kind of what I've been navigating through. And what about you?
Wow, what about me? Where to bloody start? No, I have actually not been in like a proper relationship for about 10 years. And I got to a point recently where I was like, do you know what? I really genuinely want to be in a really healthy, aligned relationship. But with that, acknowledgement has also brought up many questions around monogamy, polyamory, open relationships, the type of person, the type of boundaries, behaviors, what to explore, what not to explore. Like it's just opened up a whole minefield, which is what we end up speaking about. And you offer a lot of like wealth of information as I kind of sit there distressed and frustrated and angry and even all of these emotions that I'm not expecting to feel once I've decided I really would like a relationship, to then be sat there having to like navigate almost a lot of shadow aspects to get almost to the point of light and expansion and joy in the process. It's been a very interesting entry point.
I feel that it's very interesting how we come from actually quite different situations, because I've been in a relationship, well, multiple ones, but pretty much all my life I've been in a relationship since I was 18 till 28. So I come from a very, very different piece. And the first few relationships were monogamous relationship. And as I said, in the last relationship, I started exploring with the openness. And yeah, it was more of an open relationship than polyamory. But it's funny how complementary this
dynamic
this dynamic is.
Support network.
Well, two very different points of view, and we are now both single.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And opening up to dating.
Yes, attempting to.
you for a serious relationship, long-term relationship, and me, honestly, I'm just really open to connection and to go deep with people. I'm not really the type of person that goes into the superficial kind of connection. But I'm not particularly looking for a relationship. So yeah, I guess that in this podcast project experience, what we're gonna be sharing with you is our experiences with dating.
Yeah, I think our journey. Yeah, our journey and what it brings up, and I guess the unexpected, the unknowns, maybe the obvious that is not so obvious to us at the time, and just where it takes us, because we feel that there are probably many individuals that are having similar experiences, whether they are openly talking and sharing with others, or whether it's something that they're searching for somebody to just kind of like articulate it, or just help them feel like they understand, or that we're in it with them. And so, yeah, we felt very inspired, especially because the point of this is to actually like really raise consciousness, and to really do things differently, so we're not replicating the types of relationships that ultimately feed into more problems that are existing within the world and the dynamics. And so it's also the fact that we're human, and we are going to have these experiences that are going to be disruptive for us. They're going to make us confront our blind spots, and they're also going to offer a wealth of opportunity. And that is really beautiful, but can also be really hard. And it's also a really courageous thing to do. And so we kind of want to bring you along with us for the laughs and probably the very many tears, in my case at least.
And to stop going around it so much, I think that I found the entry point.
Hit me.
So I've worked with. I started working in my coaching with specifically with men, and it was really interesting to see their point of view on dating. And I remember this conversation that I was having with a friend, that she was like, I'm only gonna date a guy that wants to have a serious relationship with me. And although I believe that having what you want really clear is super important, and if you want like a serious, monogamous, long-term relationship, it's good to put it out there from the beginning. But the question that always raised in me was like, but how are you gonna know that this person, like, how can you commit to somebody in a long-term relationship? Because this piece was specifically around sex and having like sexual intercourse with this person exclusively once they had committed. Mm-hmm. And like, but how are you gonna know that you want to commit to somebody if you don't even know them? Mm-hmm. Right? So to me, or the way that I'm kind of exploring dating right now, is really keeping my heart really, really open and see how deep the connection can go. And I think that a lot of women kind of need that safety of either committing or knowing that the guy is really into them before they can actually open up. So I think that this is a very interesting point, because it took me years to actually come to the point where I can fully open my heart and say, okay, whatever happens, happens, but I'm here, like, here it is, and let's see where this can bring us. And sometimes it plays in my favor, and sometimes it plays really against me. So I think that this could be a good entry point. Like, how do you feel about this, and how do you feel like you want to explore this new dating chapter?
Yeah. Okay. So I feel very triggered by that, in the sense of like, oh my God, I don't want to get hurt again. Don't make me do it. which is also very disappointed that that's like I can feel the restriction in my body being like, why the absolute fuck do we have to do this? And equally, there's a part of me that also feels really excited by what you just said, because it's like, oh my God, it could be like, I could end up having a really beautiful exploration and really a deeper connection, finding a more aligned partner because of that sense of openness and that sense of like not needing to like restrict it or keep it in a certain lane. So there's that kind of pull. And I feel like if we were to start with the resistance and the like, oh no kind of energy, it really comes from like a sense of past experience, and maybe those past experiences having not been processed fully, like whether that's through the body or through the kind of like, I suppose, the unconscious processing that used to happen, how I used to, work through things. And also this sense of like, but how can I trust a man? It brings up this real big question of like, how can I trust that they're not just out for something, or that they're not going to just trick me? And what happens if I'm really open and falling for somebody and they're just not there? Which makes me already think, yeah, but you wouldn't be doing it in that way, because you'd be having conversations and you'd be making sure that before you even took a deeper step, there was a sense of alignment. So I'm going to pass over to you to offer, because like I can get a sense of like all these images coming up.
Yeah, I think it's in relationships or in dating, whatever, it's always, as we said before, like so important to define what you want. And so more to me in this moment, as I open myself up to dating again, or more, or just explore with different personalities, I feel that what I really want to have clear is how I want to feel with someone. And that is something that it's been popping up a lot, and you obviously know my context, but I really feel that my intention when I connect with somebody is to feel I can talk openly about stuff, even when we're not aligning on some points. Like, even if we want different things, being able to talk about it openly and to be true, I think that's one of the biggest point. Because I feel that we really, especially as women, we come from such a playing around dating. We're always taught, or we're always told, like, men would say anything to get you into bed, or men would do anything to get this result from you, or to get this from you. And so we kind of like start
on like the back foot, almost like already.
Like, okay, where is the trick?
Where is the danger?
Where is the danger? Where is the manipulation gonna happen? So one thing that I have a lot of clarity around is that I want to be open. Like, if a man wants a one night stand, I'd rather know it. And if it's in alignment, okay, let's go there. If it's not in alignment, then let's not go there. But I really want to have that clarity and that openness to talk about anything. So for me, in this case, will be, okay, I'm not into monogamous relationships. And that's something that I try to bring forward in the first few conversations that I had with someone. So I think that this is one of the most important things that I want to have like really established in the moment that I don't feel that I can talk to somebody. I don't want to repeat that error of like keep getting involved with somebody that I cannot talk to, which happened recently, by the way. Even though I have a lot of clarity around what I want, I still get myself into situations.
I mean, we're human.
I don't want.
We are human. I hear you. I feel like Oh my God, my brain is like firing on all cylinders now around this topic.
There's so much.
It's a big question that kind of has come up for me is like, I don't want to have to hold no, that's not the right way to put it. I was going to say I don't want to have to hold space for somebody to get them to a point where they can be truly honest. So I guess that's me already saying I already want to attract or have this interaction with somebody where they've done enough work on themselves that they already have an honest dialogue with themselves, and they're not afraid to say, like, this is what I want. This person has asked me to be honest. I'm going to share my truth. And in essence, there are the people that operate from that as much as possible as a way of life, like in situations. So it's like also acknowledging that that is a trait that I want, that if we're going to have those kind of conversations, they have to have an awareness of themselves, a truthfulness within themselves, and an ability to also communicate that and not sway to get a desired result. And equally that works for women as well. That isn't just about men. Like, if, when women, people can change what they're saying to try and get a desired result because they don't want to lose something that they feel that they really want. Yeah. So I feel like, that truthfulness with yourself is such a key factor before you can even have an honest conversation with somebody else. You have to really get real with yourself.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel you have that kind of clarity within yourself and truth within yourself?
I feel like I do. I don't necessarily know how well at expressing it I am, because I think I had been in denial about the fact that I had wanted a relationship and would just be like, oh, it's okay if it happens, but whereas actually once I did a coaching course, and this is what came out of that weekend, once I was like, do you know what, I want a relationship, it's actually really helped me to kind of be less affected by the sort of, I suppose, the setup or the way that dating can be. Because if there is somebody who maybe, let's say I was like, there was a spark of interest in, and it's clear that that's not in alignment because they're in much more of a play around explorative phase, I don't feel like I'm missing out. Mm-hmm. Whereas before there would maybe be this sense of like, oh, but this person, and why not? And maybe I don't want what I'm saying. I mean, I'm talking like years ago when like I was in that denial phase, but like willing to maybe really not, before I wasn't willing to stand in my truth. Whereas now I feel, and maybe that's come with age. And that's maybe the beauty of aging. But
for sure.
For sure. The only good thing.
If you're in your early 20s, hang on.
Yeah, you'll get there by your late 30s, I promise you.
If it's not enough.
Yeah, it's fine. You do the work.
If
you take enough ayahuasca, maybe.
Not necessarily.
No, not necessarily. No. We digress, as always. So I guess that's the thing. Like, but it's also that sense of having the confidence to then say it in a conversation. And I think that I don't know if I would be, I don't know, I haven't been in the opportunity where I've led that conversation. So I don't know. I think there's a sense of passivity that I'm concerned about within myself, that I wouldn't be as forthcoming in taking like charge of the conversation, which I would like to work on a bit more, because I think that would give me a sense of empowerment, to be able to navigate that conversation.
So I have an idea.
Oh. I can tell I'm going to get in trouble with this podcast.
Yes. So, first of all, I don't particularly enjoy when podcasts last for like 2 hours, because then I know I never find, actually, unless when I'm on a plane for 15 hours, then I don't really find the time to listen to it. So I would love to stop, not right away, before I'm gonna express the idea. And my idea is, since the plan is to do this weekly, maybe we can give each other or ourselves a little challenge for the next podcast.
Yes, great idea.
So, if I had to choose yours, that would be go on a date and express everything that you just said.
Okay, I've got to find someone to go on a date with that first. Do I have to ask them out?
Well, not necessarily have to ask them out. You can have them ask you out, but you'll need to go on a date.
I need to go on. I need to take action. Okay, we need to take action. Okay, I will accept the challenge to go on a date and to share my truth on the first date. Okay.
Maybe you can start with somebody that you don't really care about.
Low hanging fruit. That's not really like.
Just to practice.
I'm never going to marry you. It's fine. This is a practice run. Meet them in Arcachal.
It's just a challenge.
It's just a challenge. You want to be my challenge? Number one challenge. Okay. And for you, oh God, have you got any ideas for you?
Well, there is the one. I think I shared this with you. But going out with, like, lately I've been going out with relatively conscious people. So
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
That's a good one.
So there is this guy that I met recently, and it doesn't really come from the spiritual world or the spiritual community, which, by the way, I don't know where you live, but we live in a place where the spiritual community is quite big. And it's, I think compared to other places in the world, it's quite easy to find conscious people that you can relate to. And that's basically who I've been relating to in the last few months, let's say the last year. But there is this guy that I don't really think he's very conscious. He's very cute. And I think that he has a very nice energy and very vibrating energy. I don't think he's very conscious, and that would make it really hard to have this type of conversation with. So that would be, I think, a good challenge.
Yeah, and then you have to report back. Do you know what? I really want you to record it. I feel like that's a massive invasion of privacy, so we won't do that. Don't record anybody without consent in anything. Ever. Just don't. Scrap that idea. Don't listen to Lauren.
I used to do that. Oops. But not uploading it on the internet. Well, some of them did. Yeah, I did upload one of them. You can find it on my Instagram profile, by the way. She actually caught me. Yeah.
Okay, I think this is another. Is this? Can we use this in a future episode?
Yeah.
We want to find out about Serena recording a woman and getting caught and still uploading it to Instagram.
Oh yeah, that was a funny one. Okay, so we have our challenges. Yeah. Okay.
I just need to be happy that I'm going to date, as opposed to making it this like,
it's a great challenge.
Date and have a conversation with a man. I'm like hetero, by the way, as well. So for me, just men. Okay, challenge accepted.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have our challenges. We're gonna see you or hear you next week, next Friday.
Next Friday. Monday.
Well, we record on a Friday. We don't actually know when we're gonna upload this. So
Yeah.
You might receive it when you will receive it. We're very busy women. And yeah, we'll see you, hear you next week and let us know your thoughts around this conversation.
Drop your comments and share your insights, and if it resonated, or just let us know.
Or your experience with dating. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or challenges that you want us to do. That would be awesome.
Let me know I'm not alone.
That would be awesome. If you have a challenge for us, go ahead. I'm
not feeling very brave, as we can tell, so I feel like this is not going to work in my favour. But hit us up if you've got any ideas. We will consider them. No promises.
All right. Thank you for listening, everybody. We love you, sending you so much love and light and amazing vibes. And
Hasta luego.
Hasta luego.